Hello, hello. Happy Monday morning. This is for all of the Paper Pumpkin people. Paper Pumpkin, did you get your box? What do you think? You love it? Here's the directions. Here's what they are to look like. But, well, I don't do simple very well, so scratch that. This thing shows what the words that are included, what they mean in each of the different languages, and they gave us all these different words in the foil paper. Very cool, and I plan on using every one of them. I think there's at least 4 different things I'm going to do with this kit other than what it's intended for. And it was from searching the internet, and I found lots of great ideas. This one, I think I have her name on here. This one is Facebook Paper Pumpkin Fan Club. Hildernell Velnez, I think I might be saying it wrong, but this is her design, and I love it. So I thought we'd do that today. I thought we'd do this card here. And then here it is in Love. I like that one too. Here it is in Joy. So, because in English there's 6 words, I'd like to do 6 cards. Okay, and we'll be using the stamp set. This is the one that came with Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin, we got a Just Jade spot, but of course I like to use the big spot instead. We'll also be using Memento ink, Versamark ink, and Cherry Cobbler. Be using all those for this card. And, well, you know what? I was thinking about kind of fancying it up with these things. They're really pretty. Maybe I'll put a few of them on here. How about this one can have the sparkly white ones. And I'll put 3 of them on. Oop, I missed the dot. If ever you do that, get some glue. Put it right where you want your little rhinestone. And there. Now it's back to being attached. Oop, I put it upside down. Here, don't tell anyone. It's still pretty. Guess I need my glasses. Oh, much better. Okay, so how about a little one? This time I'm going to get the glue dot. That one can go, how about here? And maybe another little one. Okay, so we'll use some more of these in just a minute. So this is our sample. Here's the stamp set. Here's the papers. Okay, so this piece is going to be used underneath the words. So let me find the words. Right here. So I'll just start with that. That was on top. That's what I'll start with. To you and yours, that's going to be done in Just Jade. Those little sparkles on there are really nice. To you and yours. Perfect. And that gets layered on top of here. So I'll use liquid glue. Okay. Now just let that sit for a minute to dry. And then I'll go back and trim it with my snips. This is Stitch Shape Oval, and I'm going to do it on this white, Whisper White paper that I have right here. There it is. Let's see, where's the card base? Oh, that was the card base. Oh well, that's okay. It's done. Card base gets folded in half. Use a bone folder. Goes like this. And so the card, did I use all of them up already? Here they are. The card base originally is planned. This part is half flat. This part has gold foil details on it. But what I'm going to do is use just a little bit of that. Let me see how big this is. This one is 1 5/8 by 5 1/4. This piece is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. On here, I'm going to use the flower stamp. I'll find it right over here. This flower right here, stamp it in Versamark, and then use clear powder. Oh. I have black ink on that because the inside I used Memento. So I need to wash that. Because I don't want black ink in my Versamark powder. Okay, back on task. So this is going to get the flower all over it in Versamark. Now just do a few, put the powder on, and then do a few more because I didn't get it all the way clean. That's okay. Because you can't see it too much because it's clear. Unless you have a little bit of black ink still on it. Okay. Here's the clear powder. See, now I can see it. So I know where to stamp the rest of the flower. Let me see if I hold that up. See, you could see the flowers on there now. So now I know exactly where I need to stamp some more. It's good at an angle, but laying down flat, it's hard to see it. Just random pattern. Okay, so that's good for now. Get some powder on it. And yes, I am going to be noisy and cook this. Heat it. Okay. You can see all the powder on there. Boy, the camera shows it better than my eyes show it. Okay, it's going to be noisy. Hold on. Oh, and a funny thing about this is if you cook it too long, where the Versamark hits the paper, it turns green. I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay, all done. So did any of these, some of them have a little bit of a green hue. Oh, this one here. Let me see if you could see that. See these right here? Yeah. I don't know if the camera shows it so much, but they have just a bit of a green hue. Over here it really does. bad. Don't heat it too long. This one I see just a little bit of it. Okay, so back on task. Ooh, this should be done. So just with my snips, I'm going to do a little bit of a border. Nothing fancy. Okay. And I will stick down this one with the flowers first. I know I'm going to stick this one down, but you know what? For now, I'm going to do just one side, the long side, and put this gold foil on. You're probably like, what the heck? I'll show you what the heck. This is what I punched the words out of, and I'm hanging on to it because all the dots are in here. But this piece, I think it was right here. Anyhow, it was on one of these sides. See this nice flat edge? If you need just 1/8 of an inch of bling, that will work perfect. So, cut 6 of those. Okay, so here is my little edge. I adhesive just right here. And stick down that side. Get this one lined up. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. I could tell it's a little bit short here and a little bit long there, but don't tell anyone. Okay, now it's perfect. So this is ready to go onto the card. Okay, so here's my card base. First is going to be the floral. Because it's random, it doesn't matter how you put it on. I chose this side, I flipped it over, just because I noticed right down here I didn't heat it quite enough. I'm going to cover that up. Then this one gets put on. I'm looking at the bottom part only. I'm not worried about how they overlap. I know that they'll overlap. Just like that. Okay, looking good. Here is the oval. And this oval, I put some of the adhesive sheets on the back of it before I cut it. So I'll peel that off and it'll be like a sticker. Sticker that's going to go right in the middle. Okay. And I know this is going to go about here. Piece is going to go about here. Here's the flower that came in the kit. And, not that I'm picky or anything, to me, that border is too big. I don't like it. So I'm going to take my snips and trim around. I do like a little bit of a white border because it makes the flowers stand out. But to me, that border is just too big, and it kind of makes it a little less elegant. So, off with this border. Okay, I'm still cutting and cutting. Voila, it's done. Okay, so looks a little better, huh? So that's going to go on dimensionals. Let me get some regular size dimensionals. And then there's this little bud right here. I'm going to get a little guy under there. Okay. Flower goes on. I want it to be on the card. I like this little gold band, but I want the word peace to be on here. So how about right? Okay, the word peace is going to have to be up on top of the flower, which is fine. So that means I need to cut some tiny dimensionals because if it goes here, there, see how the P is up on top of the flowers? So I'm going to put some tiny dimensionals on the back side of East. And I wish these were tinier than what they are, but I'll just cut them. I'll cut one into tiny little slivers. It's really tiny. It makes it look good though. The end product. Okay, one tiny mini dimensional into 4 pieces. That's crazy. I just don't want it to be seen from the top. And then I know that the letter P is going to have glue on it, so I don't have to worry about putting a teeny tiny dimensional on the back of the P. Okay, there it is. 4 little bits, 4 little slivers. Can you see them? Okay, so I'll put glue on a bit of the P. So this will go here. That's pretty. And this one I have it on dimensionals. I might have it just flat. No dimensionals. Okay, and then a little bow. This came in the kit, so I'm going to do a double bow. If you don't know how, look at my, I think it's my second video, how to make double bows. And I do it in all different fibers, and because a double bow is really pretty. Especially if it'll come off your finger. Okay, and that can tuck right there. I need a glue dot. Oh, I guess I could do liquid glue. Okay, a blob of glue, bigger than I normally would, right there to absorb into the fibers and hold the little bow. Okay, outside done. So for the inside, I don't know if I showed you the inside. The inside of the other ones are kind of boring. This one, Merry Christmas, and then I stamped that in Memento ink and colored it with the blends. So while this is drying, I'll trim these up in a minute. Oh, I could put these little sparklies on. Let me do that. So the first project, I use these shimmery white ones. This time I think I'll do the clear. Those are pretty too. These are called Elegant Faceted Gems. I love them. It looks like little icicles. Okay, on to the inside. So how about Merry Christmas in Cherry Cobbler? Very pretty. And then in Memento ink, the flower. Kind of bold. Okay, and then I'll color that in with the blends. So I have Cherry Light and Dark, Jade Light and Dark, and Olive Light and Dark. I'll start with the olive. I always start with the dark one. And I'll do just this leaf in olive. 2 layers. Olive Light, layer 1, layer 2, and a little blending. Okay, then for the other leaves, I'll do Jade, Jade Dark, looking at the flower. Okay, this one I'm going to do these Jade. On the other one, I did the whole thing as a flower. This one is going to have like a little, the leaf that holds the bud together. Jade Light. It's such a small little bit. Okay, so that's 1 layer. I'll go back and do 2. And then finally the flower. Now start with Cherry Dark. Okay, so the next video will be using more of the pieces. I think I have 4 or 5 projects that I've looked around and found that I think are beautiful. But my intent is to use up every little last one of these pieces that came in the kit, because if I don't use them now, I won't use them. Okay, that's layer 1, color, dark, and this is a second coating. Okay, Cherry Dark is done. Now Cherry Light. Ooh, the little berries. And then the second layer of Cherry Light. That's a really pretty flower. Alrighty. And time to attach this to the inside of the card. Which one is it? I know that the glue is wet on it. This one. Okay, here's a cherry cobbler piece. White inside. Ooh, that flower came out pretty. Okay, there it is. What do you think? I think I like it. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Until later, probably later this afternoon, I'll get to the other one. And like I said, I'm going to do at least 4 different varieties, but make sure I use all of the pieces. So I hope you tune into the next one too. Have a great day. Bye.